Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where a fugitive was caught by a canine. Yesterday, deputies were called to Shoreline Drive in Riverbend to help find a suspect who ran from officers investigating a domestic situation. Canine Dare was deployed and found 33-year-old Haley Gibbs hiding in a laundry room that she ran to. Now, warrants say she hit the victim in the head with a metal flashlight. Gibbs had an outstanding warrant for her arrest on charges of receiving stolen goods. She was served her outstanding warrant and was charged with assault with a deadly weapon and resisting a public officer. Gibbs is currently being held at the Craven County Jail without bond. And now we want to turn to the ongoing concern about the drug boat strikes going on off the coast of Venezuela. NBC's Peter Alexander has more on the fallout.
This morning, the uproar over that deadly U.S. attack on a suspected Venezuelan drug boat in September is growing. The Pentagon already released this video of the first strike, but now is facing calls from Democrats to release even more. President Trump says he would support sharing that video of the controversial follow-up strike that killed survivors of the first hit.
I don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release, no problem.
It comes as Admiral Frank Bradley, who commanded that operation, is set to answer questions on Capitol Hill today, amid concerns that the second strike may have constituted a war crime. A defense official tells NBC News that Admiral Bradley saw the two individuals remaining on the boat after the first strike as legitimate military targets based on the rules for the operation, which may have identified them as narco-terrorists. NBC News has reached out to the Pentagon about what Bradley plans to say to lawmakers. On Wednesday, the president was asked if he supports the decision to kill survivors of an initial military strike.
No, I support the decision to knock out the boats, and whoever's piloting those boats, most of them are gone, but whoever are piloting those boats, they're guilty of trying to kill people in our country.
Most Republicans are backing the administration.
The Democrats are playing a very dangerous game here and wanting to litigate the powers of the commander-in-chief that are very clearly spelled out in the Constitution.
But one, Rand Paul, remains skeptical.
If there's video of people clinging to the remnants of a boat and being bombed, I think that image is one that will shock American people.
Hegseth is also facing new scrutiny for the information he shared on a Signal group chat in March about a pending military operation in Yemen. The Pentagon's Inspector General found that information was secret, adding that if it had been disclosed to a foreign adversary, it could have endangered American troops, according to two people who have read the report.
The Secretary of Defense put his people and the mission at risk for the purpose of sounding like a tough guy with a bunch of his friends on a Signal chat.
And again, that was Peter Alexander reporting. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. Today is going to be another sunny day, a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday, but of course we're kind of back in the situation that we found ourselves in on Monday, and that's watching a big mass of rain slowly approach eastern North Carolina. Let's take a look at what we've got outside right now, and currently over the Carolinas, nice and dry and again, mostly sunny, but you can see across Mississippi, Alabama, and even now parts of Georgia, starting to see those rain showers from tomorrow's system working their way closer and closer. Again, no rain coming up for today, plenty of rain coming up for tomorrow. Again, what you're seeing right now over eastern North Carolina's radar picture is just what we call anomalous propagation. That happens when the temperatures get so cold, they actually start to bend the radar beams back down to the ground, and it creates kind of that noise effect. As we warm up, that usually tends to go away. But here's what we've got again through today and into tomorrow. Starting out today, mostly sunny. They will see some cloud cover rolling over the east coming up, I would say, over the second half of today. Once we get to lunchtime, you'll probably notice a few more clouds in the sky. And then models trying to bring in a few light raindrops today. I'm not putting a lot of stock into that, but we will certainly see those rain showers show up as we head into Friday morning. Could some rain roll in coming up later on today? Absolutely. Absolutely. It could certainly speed up a little bit, and that would put some light rain showers down across the east late this evening into the overnight hours. But Again, tomorrow, Friday, is going to be the day where we are going to be experiencing some heavier rain. Now, I know we've talked a little bit about the potential for some snowflakes in eastern North Carolina. It looks like that potential is getting smaller and smaller. It was never going to be a snowy forecast for us, but we did have that slight chance of maybe some of our northern counties maybe seeing a few snowflakes mixed in with the rain. Those counties again, northern Nash, Halifax, northern Edgecombe, Northampton, portions of Bertie counties, Hertford, Gates could have seen possibly maybe some snowflakes tomorrow, but right now it looks like temperatures will just be a little bit too warm. Now, if you are watching from those areas, I would certainly say if you're a fan of snow and you'd like to see some snowflakes, maybe get up early tomorrow. Or, you don't even really have to get up early. If you're up by 9, maybe even before that, you may be able to again see a few flakes come down. Now, will the flakes stick to the ground? No. Are there going to be any travel concerns? No. This again is more of a cold rain event for eastern North Carolina than a snow one. But who knows what the season has in store for us down the line. Right now, 38 degrees in Washington, sunny skies, southwesterly wind coming in at about 3 miles an hour. If we can get a little bit more of a breeze out of the southwest, that will certainly help boost our temperatures for today, but still going to end up staying slightly below our seasonal average. Here's a look at where air temperatures are currently. Most of us in the mid to upper 30s, a few of us already into the 40s, especially those of you watching closer to the water. 46 degrees right now in Beaufort, 48 in Hatteras, 42 in Stumpy Point, Edenton, and Manteo, 40 degrees in Elizabeth City and Swan Quarter. The rest of eastern North Carolina's reporting stations all reading below the 40-degree mark. To put it into perspective, normal this time of year is right around the upper 50s to low 60s, generally between around 58 to around 61 degrees. Overnight lows tend to stick in the upper 30s, around 36 to 40 degrees, that range there. Coming up for tonight, we're going to be a little bit below that range, and we'll certainly be below that daytime high norm coming up this afternoon. We'll get close. We're looking at possibly the mid-50s today, but again, it's going to depend on a southwesterly wind, and right now winds are very light and generally coming more out of the west versus the southwest. And you got to have that southerly component if you really want to warm up. So big picture look at what's coming our way. Again, that area of low pressure actually resides back towards Oklahoma and Texas, but it will be gathering up all that moisture you're seeing across the Gulf Coast states and sending it into the east, coming up late tonight into tomorrow morning and lasting pretty much through the day tomorrow. It's going to again slow down, it being that low pressure system is going to slow down as it moves towards us. Then on Saturday, it kind of gets back up. Another area of low pressure will tail that one, and it will keep a chance of rain in the forecast throughout the weekend. That area of low pressure you're seeing towards Houston, that's going to slowly drift northward and bring more rain to eastern North Carolina for Saturday, Sunday, and potentially even Monday. Now, most of that rain is actually going to be coming down across South Carolina and northern Georgia, but we will feel some of those drops, particularly for those of you watching south of Highway 264 as we head again through both Saturday as well as Sunday. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. 54 degrees today, turns to 43 coming up for tomorrow. 100% chance of rain, though. Can't dodge the showers tomorrow. And then on Saturday and Sunday, again, I'm anticipating rain in the east. But if you are watching closer to the Virginia line, you'll probably be missing out on those showers. Those of you watching closer to the Crystal Coast, you'll have a better opportunity for, again, seeing rain on both Saturday as well as Sunday. So if you're in the mood for rain, head south. If you're interested in a little bit more of the dry weather, head north. Easy solution for everyone. 42 degrees on Monday, though, will come with a bit of a chill, especially overnight, Monday night into Tuesday, where overnight lows dip down into the mid-20s, and then we gradually warm up through next week. 42 degrees on Monday, turns to 48 on Tuesday, 52 on Wednesday, and then it's hello to the low 60s on Thursday. The first time we'll be above our seasonal average for, at that point, will have been most likely the past 2 weeks. So again, we have had a stretch of cooler than average weather. It does look like down the line, we may get back above average later on. It's going to take another 8 days, but at least we have something to work towards for those of you who love the warmer weather. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.